Everybody, we are back. It is Safe to Lodge, favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. And you guys already know what to do. Hit up Homage right here. Get your little QR code. Boom.
So they got like a starter, that one of the starter jackets, the satin one, the heavyweight one, is like 20% off for a limited time right now. So go check that out. Get yourself a little discount.
There you go, guys. Boom. So, hopefully you hit that pause button. You got your little QR code. And also let me know if that thing's not working too, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. That's not working. All right. So today we are doing the Bears. The Raiders are playing the Bears at home. They get a later start, so we get to wait to have an instant reaction. So it's gonna be it's not gonna be early this week.
Yeah, it's funny though. I was looking at the schedule. The Raiders only had two 1 o'clock West Coast kicks in the first 2 months of the season. I feel like that's got to be a first. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like where it's like that. That's weird because that's not the norm this year. But
yeah, Pete Carroll got a favorable schedule. Let's say that. Yeah. A little favorable. All right. To be honest, kind of going back to that, I mean, they are playing another 1-2 team. I feel like this team is kind of equal. This is kind of like an equal game. I don't know if you feel that way. They're a pass-heavy team, which I think is super interesting because, Ben Johnson usually is a run-the-ball play-action guy, but I feel like they're very passing, not too much play-action. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Raiders play it. So that's why I'm focused on the passing game today because I want to see, kind of show how maybe the Raiders can stop it. And I think they're going to play a lot of cover two. They're good in the passing game. I mean, they're basically the Raiders. I'm going to be honest, on offense. So they are they're 12th in EPA, in dropback EPA. Of course, the Raiders are a little bit lower than that. They're 18th. But they're right next to the Raiders in rush EPA at 29th. So this could be a interesting game for the Raiders because I wasn't going to go over the run because I'm like, if they can't stop this run game, we got a whole lot of issues. And I feel like every time I do these previews and I say something like that,
I think someone called us out on it last time. They're like, man, keep talking about these weak offensive lines and they get no pressure. I'm like, well, we're not lying.
DeAndre Swift's gonna have 150 yards this week because I said that. But it's true, man. I mean, this team, like, they're at the point where they didn't even really try to run the ball, and it's true. They have all the weapons. I mean, they got Odunze who's balling, DJ Moore's DJ Moore. You got Loveland, they got Komet, and they got Luther Bird.
Yeah.
So that's 5 guys that
they got some weapons for sure,
right? They got who are all first or second round picks.
Yeah,
I think Kemet, right, is a second round pick too, right? I believe.
Cole Komet, yeah, I think he was a second round pick back in the day. Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty stacked. You know what I mean? Like from a talent perspective, right? And then Odunze is taking a full step. He's a monster. Okay, Rome Odunze is a monster, and he's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna just say that, and that is who Williams really likes to throw to. Is Odunze. Moore is more like the I'm gonna scramble, and I think Moore is just more used to the scramble. He's been playing with Justin Fields and all these guys, and probably playing. Who do you play with in Carolina? Cam Newton.
Yeah,
he's used to the scramble, right? He's a perfect guy for the scramble drill too. He's gonna make himself available. That's what Caleb Williams looks for when he scrambles in the pocket. He looks for Odunze and Zacharias.
Olamide Zacchaeus, I think is how you
say it. Zacchaeus. Yeah. There you go. Good Lord. All right. So, he's kind of like a dump down guy, right? But he's not really of something. If he has a big game, the Raiders are winning because he's dumping the ball down.
Gotcha.
Right. But
that's the guy you want to beat you, basically.
Yes. So if Odunze is beating us, then the Raiders are in trouble. Let's just say that. But I hope they play a lot of cover two. Because he played a man-to-man team with the Lions, and when the Lions went to cover two at times, he struggled. But when the Lions did play man, I don't know what happened to that game because it was funny watching it on film, especially on NFL Pro. It is like 21-14, and then they get the ball back, and then it's like 31-14. You're like, what happened? Interesting game, but they're still like kind of moving the ball a little bit, playing man and stuff like that. So I want the Raiders to play man because they can't match up with these guys. Please don't play man this week. Let's and put them in the position because they're going to get cooked. I'm not like Odunze is a monster, and DJ Moore is DJ Moore, like I said. So
yeah,
I hope they stick this on.
I was going to say Odunze is from Vegas too, so he's probably going to be up for this game a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But the one saving grace that I will say is, like we were talking about the injury report before, is Darnell Wright's going to be out, so he's their starting right tackle. So I think this should be a great opportunity for Max Crosby as we give him the TDL jinx right now, and they'll probably just chip block him the entire game, which I'm sure is going to be part of their plan no matter what. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's funny that you say it because like defensively they're really similar. Where like they're not very good against the run. Like we've talked about, like the Raiders having like their issues running the ball. The Raiders are 30th in team yards per carry. The good news is on the other end of that is the Bears are 31st in team yards allowed per carry. So something's got to give at some point. Like to me, like this is like the Raiders' chance offensively to quote unquote get right, especially the interior offensive line. They're a big part of the problem why they can't stop or why the Bears can't stop the run is their defensive tackles just aren't very good. Grady Jarrett's going to be out for this game. He's probably their best run defender, and he's not having that great of a year. He's more of a name at this point. He's not the same guy he was in Atlanta when he was making Pro Bowls and stuff like that. Andrew Billings is Raider fans should know him from his year with the Raiders. He's been a good player for them in the past, but he's getting up there, and I think he's in his 30s by now. He's not quite the same as he was before. So the guy I'm going to be focusing on today is Javon Dexter, who is a pretty good pass rusher on the interior. I think if you go on PFF, I think he's like tied or top 10 or something like that among defensive tackles and pressures this year with like 9. He had a really good game last week against the Cowboys, started hitting home towards the end of that game too when the Dallas was airing it out. But the thing is, you can run at him. Like also some of these plays, like he just isn't like great at anchoring against like combo blocks and stuff like that. He'll have some instances where he'll be in the right spot and then he'll just kind of like leave his gap early and then you can run right through it, even though he's there. So that's, I think, one of the saving graces for this team is like we talk about some of the Raiders' issues with the interior offensive line and running the ball. This is a great opportunity for them to kind of build some confidence and start to figure out how they're going to attack teams moving forward because they are facing a defensive tackle group that's weaker. That being said, if they continue to have these struggles, could be a rough one for the next 3 months because this is going to be – I don't know if they're going to face a weaker group of interior guys than what they're going to see this year or this week.
Yeah, this feels like the Rams game when you talk about like that, how they should run the ball. I remember we watched the Rams film last year. Like they can't run the ball. If they can't do it this week, this is like –
yeah. It's that breaking point game like –
yeah, I feel like we've been here before, Matt. It's like deja vu, man. Yeah. I feel like we've been here. Like if they can't do this this week,
it's rinse and repeat. It feels like sometimes when we do these previews, it's like they should be able to do it, and then it comes Sunday, it's like God damn it, they can't do it. But hopefully this is the time. One of these times we're gonna hit. You know what I mean? That's why you keep playing the lottery because one time you're gonna win.
All right, exactly. Yeah, it's just weird. It's crazy because I'm thinking the same thing. Like if they can't stop this team from running the ball like that. Yeah, and they just play so much zone. They're like kind of built to stop Caleb Williams, which I'll go over a little bit. So I'll just get into Caleb real quick. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna start off with looking at Rome Odunze here. Okay, all right. So of course, I mean Ben Johnson's offense. It's basically it's Erhard Perkins. So, but his kind of variation, but it's still kind of the same concept. So you're gonna see this drag here from Odunze right here, and then of course you got my favorite third down play from Josh McDaniels. They call 10, which is the 2 ends. Mm-hmm. It's so genius. But you see here how they just kind of isolate him from a condensed set. They just know how to get him the ball, and from the way the Lions play this, right? I mean, they're clearly in zone pre-snap, right? And they're blitzing, and nobody's with Odunze. I still feel like they're blitzing. Somebody should go with Odunze. So hopefully, if the Raiders linebacker doesn't just sit here and it does what 46 is doing, just stare at Caleb Williams and just watch a guy run past him versus a blitz. But you see here, he's got yak ability too. Like he makes guys miss. He's just dangerous. This dude is dangerous. And he has taken a leap. That's what I'll say. Like what everybody thought, some people were saying that he's better than Neighbors and things like that. I mean, it's pretty close. Now, also you can see Odunze up here at the top. Just hopefully no Raiders corner does this technique that Javon Dexter does here against him. Okay, but this kind of just shows that he is a deep threat too. Okay, so you see Diggs at the top. Diggs is doing some kind of unorthodox thing here, and he tries to get a push on him, and then Odunze just throws him to the ground. He is wide open, and an easy throw for Caleb Williams right there.
Yeah, don't have bad technique on your jam and then not be effective with it. That's kind of a deadly combo.
like why did he step forward? Like, watch his feet. Like, what is he doing? Like,
he's in a wide receiver stance.
And what is he doing?
Oh my! Also, he zone turns and then to play man coverage.
Yeah. You're bad.
My bad. That's awesome. We know, Trevon. We know that you're bad.
I'm sorry. My bad. All right. So here we go. So like, and they move him around. Okay, so they move him around. So like, this is what they would call ghost here. This is a little ghost. I remember these plays, man. I'm really mad that I know these so much, man. But but yeah, so they're gonna move him around. They're gonna make him the inside guy because basically on this offense, Moore is the X and he's the Z. Okay, so he's giving you the move around guy, the Amon St. Brown, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Amon
Ra. Amon Ra. Yeah, I forgot he's the sun god. Here we go. Wait, he's tough at catch point, you know what I mean? Because Caleb is late here. If you watch it, I mean, he's late. And that's why it's important to play zone. And they're, Detroit's going to do what Detroit does. And they got the players to do it. So the Raiders can't do what they did. We don't have these guys. They don't have Brian Branch and, Kirby Joseph and all these guys. But you see how even when the ball is late and, Brian Branch is trying to punch through that ball, because, I mean, that's a great transition. Branch is all over this. But it's a great throw by Williams, but it's also a great catch at the catch point.
Yeah, I remember that was one of his strengths was his strength, as awkward as that sentence is.
Yeah. Say his manual dexterity, Matt. That's what you say.
There we go.
But like I said, even he's a smart player too, because you can see him in this one. Like, these guys are kind of on the same area a little bit, but he looks back you see him look back at the tight end here, and then he realized that maybe if I just kind of get my spacing, he fixes his own spacing on this play, which I think is nice, and then kind of helps Williams get open. So that's smart, right? That's a smart player. Like, I'm telling you, this dude is ridiculous.
Those are the kind of plays that worry me a little bit because the Raiders have struggled against scrambles and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And Odunze again, and you can't do what Diggs does again here. So hopefully, like I said, Caillou Blue Kelly's not stuff. Trayvon Diggs, I don't know what he's playing. I know they're playing cover 3, and I guess he's worried about this guy. But I get it. I mean, this is probably more on him, but don't play cover 3 like this, Raiders. That's all I'm saying. The Cowboys have the worst. Cowboys have the worst defense I've ever seen. I feel so bad for Dak. Awful.
Yeah.
All right. And this one, the typical play action dig route here. So you get the play action, you get a little dig from Odunze here with the post route, Yankee concept. But watch this route here at the top by Odunze. Okay, so he's going up against Terrion Arnold, I believe it's Arnold, or it might be DJ Reed. But what he's doing here, he's going to come to the top. Nice little step right there. Get upfield, come back to the football too a little bit, and he's going to dive, make that catch while getting hit. So this, I was watching this feel bad, but I go, wow, this dude, and this is why Caleb Williams is playing well. He has this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is with Williams, I mean, in his offense, he's moving the ball, using his legs a lot more. But you can just see here, man, let's get that tough catch, bro, in traffic like that. All right. So then there's DJ Moore, who, like I said, he's more of the scramble guy. He's going to catch some of these balls in the scramble. As you see here, he does a good job of just stopping. Understand that that Williams is getting out of the pocket. He just stops right here in between the zone, doesn't move, boom, right to him, touchdown.
Yeah, recognize he's already open.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then, like I said, you kind of see it here that Caleb Williams is still a little bit late on this one, but you're going to see a good route here. Basically the hang concept right here. See the curl and the flat. And, Caleb's throwing this on time. But, I think that's why it's important to play zone, in my opinion. Play some good zone defense here because, I know 6 is kind of widening this a lot. I mean, I feel like you just got to make him throw here and kind of stay in the zone. But you see just much I don't know. I just know what the hell is. I don't know what to do in Dallas. But please, if this is Jamal Adams, I know Jamal Adams ain't going to do this. I don't know what safety. Jeremy Chin, please don't do this. No. Who is he guarding? All right. And then, of course, you got the he's going to be able to hit DJ Moore in these dig routes too. As you can see, I mean, this whole offense is kind of built off that. So when you play, you got Terry Arnold here. And I think Arnold actually does a pretty good job here. This ends up being a great throw. So you got the peel at the top, typical Erhard Perkins. You got post wheel, and then you got the dig underneath the choice route here. Boom. It's a great throw right there by Caleb.
Yeah. I feel like he's throwing the dig routes a lot better this year.
Yeah, for sure. You kind of see it backside here. Just great catch by Moore. A little high, but it's a great catch. Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm saying. These are great receivers, dude. No joke. Yeah. All right. So how do you slow down these guys? Kind of just let this play run here. Of course, I mean, against the Raiders, he might hit that throw. But this is something like the Raiders playing a lot of zone defense and making sure these linebackers get depth. Because you watch these linebackers right here, because you're going to get these dig routes like crazy, right? You're getting digs everywhere, right? So you need these linebackers to get depth. This is the same thing like Washington did a great job against the Lions last year. Get this depth. You see how low Kirby Joseph is playing here. Mm-hmm. You kind of just I know this is Eric Stokes, and so it might be a little different here, but I'm a little worried there. But that's fine. But you see how they're playing digs. I mean, he is playing 4 dig routes. I mean, you can see where 4 is over the top here.
They're already passing him off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he throws out. He might make a play. Still has to make a tough throw there, right? So these are the things, and their line isn't very good, but as you see, Aiden Hutchinson was just all over these guys. You even see 92. They're getting pushed everywhere. Caleb does a good job of handling it. I think he's doing Caleb has good pocket presence. So even that's how he can get out of the pocket and escape and make some runs. So you have to be worried about that. He's using his legs a lot more this year too. So that's why Ben Johnson's like the opposite of Josh McDaniels, because he's like, I don't think I've seen Drake May really run at all this year. but you kind of see like some of the issues just with this offense altogether. Why sometimes Erhard Perkins doesn't work, because you see this just a spacing. You got 2 of these digs. Both these guys be running digs here, but you see what they're doing. Cover 2. You see this linebacker here. He's looking for dig routes. Yeah, which makes Caleb hold the ball. Nothing's there. He gets out of the pocket, and then he just throws the ball up, and then Kirby Joseph gets interception.
Also, What was the down and distance here? Like,
this is like I think this is like 2nd and 32.
Jesus, I was just noticed the sticks are like on the other side of the 50.
Yes, yeah. Caleb tried to get it all. I don't know where
Tried to get
Caleb was
all
throwing.
32.
I don't know where Caleb was throwing this ball, but that's my point though. Is if you do this, you make Caleb kind of panic, and that's what the Lions did. And then of course it's hard to say what the Cowboys do because the Cowboys are just the worst defense I've seen in like a long time. Like it looks like like 2019 Raiders shit is what the Cowboys look like. Here again, like Caleb gets 11 yards here, and you got to worry about this. I'm saying you got to worry about Caleb getting yards. You get the play action, but you see the depth of the linebackers. You see Kirby Joseph, right? You see they're playing two high quarters here. No, yeah, or invert too. It looks like, right? Yeah, no, just cover three.
Just
right?
cover three, yeah. Just cover three, just a flat defenders playing deep.
Mm-hmm. And you see how everything works. You see 32 Brian Branch. He's coming up on kind of with this because this is dagger, so he's adjusting to it. Even though I think he made the wrong adjustment, but you see where Kobe Joseph is looking. That makes Williams hold the ball. Nobody's open. He's got to run. You got to make this tackle, but it's easier said than done with Caleb. Yeah,
this is part of what worries me. So this is part of what worries me, just because they had trouble with Mariota last week.
Oh yeah, Devin White, man.
Yeah,
I hope he's ready to play. That's all I'll say. And then they end up getting a sack here on this one, but like same thing. All right, you got another dig. You got more dig routes. You got a dig from DJ Moore. But look at the depth of this linebacker. The linebackers have to get depth like this. Like they can't sit back. They can't take chances. Make him check the ball down because he's actually doing pretty well. He's doing better than I thought with these digs, and he will hit it. So you already saw it. Can't play around with this stuff. As I'm saying, the offensive line is not that great, so they can get some pressure if they just make him hold the ball. They're going to get some pressure on him. And I believe this is the last one. You see it once again. I mean, look how they're playing this, man.
Yeah.
They're all over those inside routes, and it just makes Caleb hold the ball a little bit longer than he wants to. So you see where the depth of this linebacker, he's with that dig. You see this safety right here. He's playing the inside. The Raiders have to do this. Like, I would be pissed if they don't. If they end up giving up digs or Darnay Holmes or something's doing something stupid, I'm gonna be mad, bro. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be upset. So when it comes to the Bears, I mean that's how you stop them, man. You gotta make sure you play the digs. The linebackers have to get depth in zone. Like you cannot sit there. They can't try to jump a hitch route like that's in front of him. Make him throw the curls. Make him go down the field. He doesn't want to do that. He'll do it, but he doesn't want to. So make him play like that. And I'm sure Patrick Graham, they're going to try to drill that. I just hope the linebackers actually do it. I'm sure they're drilling that. But, if Devin White's not getting depth, which sometimes he has problems with. Sometimes he has problems like he thinks he can make a play or something. I don't know what he thinks. But I need you to get depth, bro. Just keep going back. You know what I mean? And then you got to tackle him when he starts running. And that's going to be a little bit of a problem, but it's what you got to do. It's how you got to play this team. And that's how you beat them. Because running the ball is not something they like to do because they really struggle with it at this point. So you got to get depth, play those dig routes, make Caleb Williams hold the ball a little bit longer than he wants to, and, make him try to get flustered a little bit and try to make too many plays and get some interceptions if he does do something he just shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, and I mean to piggyback off what you're saying, like the way Caleb wants to do it is he wants to attack it deep. He's like one of those young quarterbacks that like to keep the play alive and like to big play hunt. So I think, like you said, like playing zone defense back to front is going to be huge. I mean, it's I know cover 7 something else, but you almost want to think of it as playing like with 7 deep at some on some of those plays that you showed from the Lions, like. We're sitting here trying to figure out what coverage it is because they got so many guys that are just bailing off the snap and just leaving everything open. And at that too, like it's going to be a big on rallying and tackling this week, which is it's a little bit of an issue last week for the Raiders. Granted, that was mainly against the run tackling part, but big week to play zone deep for sure.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like, I mean, you can blitz them if you want to. I just still think the Raiders can hold up with those guys outside. Like, if you're trying to do some cover 0, or something like that, man. I just can't imagine Eric Stokes like shutting down Odunze. So, or even like if they line him up on Holmes or something like that, like it's just not. It won't be fun for the Raiders. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So they have to make sure that they play zone and kind of keep everything in front of him and make Caleb Williams read the field.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's get some Dexter, bro.
Let's get into some Javon Dexter.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to start off with how you can kind of attack Javon Dexter. One of the things I want to start with was what I was talking about, where he just kind of loses gap control. Like in this rep, he's going up against Ryan Kelly, who's a pretty good center in the league, was with the Colts for a while. Like you can see, like he's doing a decent job here. He's in his gap. He's responsible for this B gap, or this A gap, excuse me, next to him, which gets a little bit wider when the right guard there starts to work up to the second level. But he's still in a good spot. And then he just kind of gets set up right here where he sees Mason start to attack downhill. And he wants to be a little bit of a hero and try and get on the inside of Kelly or the other side of Kelly. But as you can see, like that's Tremaine Edmonds' gap. Like that's his responsibility. And then Mason, who's a pretty good back, just sees it and it hits it right where Dexter should be. And I think this one ended up going on. Yeah, this one ended up going for 19. So again, something that you can think about. You can run a lot of inside zone concepts at him. And even when you block him up, sometimes he'll be in the wrong spot. This one wasn't as bad, and Byard actually makes a pretty good tackle to save the day. But same kind of thing. This time just going up against the guard. He's responsible for the B gap. He's in there. He's doing a pretty good job right here. This is a good rep up until this point. And then he just kind of ducks inside and actually ends up going into Byard's gap, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Mason makes him pay a little bit. I mean, safety ends up making the tackle. Well, you can see like if Byard doesn't make this tackle, oh God.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a long one. So just something to explore. Like you can run at him because even when you do block him up, or even when he does do a decent job against blocks, he can kind of take himself out of position. The other reason why I'd say to run at him is he's not very good against double teams. Like this will probably be one of the better reps he has. Like he does fine at first. Like you can see, like even against Brian O'Neill, I forget who the right guard is for the Vikings. Like he's doing a fine job initially.
Mm-hmm.
And then they end up taking him over. And you can see like they'll seal him right here. He's on the other side of the center at this point.
Yeah.
McCarthy just kind of goes. I mean, don't have great perimeter contain right now either. So something to take advantage of.
Yeah. JJ.
His fourth quarter.
Yeah.
His historic fourth quarter. Same kind of thing here against the Lions. They'll put him on at nose a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do this a lot too now that Grady Jarrett's out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can scoop him pretty easily. Like you can see the Lions, like they do a pretty good job of taking this over. He's going to get scooped by the guard here. And this is the other thing. He's pretty slow off the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's another reason why like you can kind of get around him and reach him and create these cutback lanes. Like the Lions end up hitting this outside, but if they wanted to, you could probably cut it up. Not great because 50's doing a good job, but you can see as far as Dexter goes, like this is not exactly what they're looking for from our nose tackle. Getting scooped and walk backward a few yards, and the Lions end up scoring anyway. I think it's gonna be the same basic thing here, covered up by the center here pre-snap. Yeah, like you can see that time they hit it right. That time they go after that cutback lane. So again, like I would just run at him as much as you can and make him prove it, because either he's gonna screw himself, or you can kind of get those combo blocks. You can get those double teams on him and be able to get him out of the gap and create some space. This one, I mean, on the goal line, he does. I'll give him some credit. He does do a decent job of making a pile here. But again, this is not exactly what we're hoping for from our 300+ pound defense.
It's not the type of pile you want.
Exactly. Yeah. A pile into the end zone isn't ideal because the Lions end up scoring here. And even though 9, I think that's Brisker, ends up doing a decent job of trying to save it, but still ended up being a touchdown because our 3 tech is getting pushed in the end zone. I think this one's actually going to be a solo block on the backside. This is Penei Sewell, so a little bit different caliber than DJ Glaze. But like you can see, like this is part of what I'm talking about with him just being slower off the ball. Like if Glaze can get off and stuff like that, or whoever's blocking him can get off, you can get inside of him and be able to create some cutback lanes.
Yeah, because he's so slow off the ball.
Yeah. And he plays high too. Like you'll see he's going to get driven back in the end zone here. He driven back into Brisker down to the goal line. I will say though, like this would be a great opportunity to do some split zone and just cut this guy 55. I think that's Dio Adebayo. I'm going to say that name wrong, but he's a decent run defender. If the Raiders can account for him with some split zone stuff. Now, where Dexter wins is he actually is a pretty good pass rusher. Like this one's going to be a cleanup sack. He does a decent enough job on the bull rush here to kind of push 76 backwards here. And when they get a little bit of edge pressure with Dio here winning on the left side against the Vikings backup left tackle, he's good enough. Dexter is good enough to be able to walk guards backwards and be in a spot to be able to make these cleanup sacks. Oh, that's Will Fries. That was their free agent signing. So that's a pretty good. It's a pretty good guard there. I made a lot of money in the offseason.
Yeah. And teams are slow rushing Geno like they're slow rushing the Raiders like that. So
yeah. You'll see on this one. I think Sweat's the one that ends up getting the sack here. Like you can see similar type of stuff. Like he's strong enough. This is what makes his run defense frustrating because he's clearly strong.
Mm-hmm.
But like here, he doesn't even get a clean rush and doesn't even start with the bull. Tries to play the hands. Mm-hmm. He's still able to walk the center, push the center into Dak's lap, and then Sweat's able to come up and finish that for the sack. Where he really is impressive to me as a pass rusher is just playing the hands. Like we'll see him win a bunch of times throughout these next few clips. Like you'll see here, he's going to kind of like he's working into the other A gap. Well, the Vikings slide the protection left. He just does a great job of adjusting and then just beating Fry's hands. Doesn't quite finish to get the sack here, and McCarthy makes a nice move to avoid it. But at the very least, we're getting pressure and forcing him to step up.
Yeah, because it feels like he's one of those guys who just likes pass rushing more than playing the run.
For sure. It's funny because at Florida, they put him at so much nose, like he didn't really get an opportunity to rush the passer that much. So I feel like he's like overcorrecting in the NFL. Like I had him profiled all wrong because of the way Florida used him.
That's true. Because I was thinking like I was like, he had 5 sacks last year. I was like, I don't remember him being a pass rusher.
He wasn't. Yeah. And then, you're right. He had 5 sacks. You can see on this one, ball gets out pretty quickly here, and like at first doesn't do a great job. Like this center does a pretty good job of getting his hands on him, but he's good at playing the hands. Nice little club there to eventually get that win and knock that hand down. So he's pretty good at playing the hands. Again, not exactly what I saw coming out of Florida, but he's done pretty good at it in the pros, working the hands and winning as a pass rusher. I mean, same kind of thing here. Gets the quarterback hit on this one. Center gets, I think, tripped on this one too, which helps. Like you see that right there.
Yeah.
But what allows Dexter to finish and win is he just keeps working the hands and keeps using his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll see right here, get a little hand swipe and then keep pushing. Ends up getting a QB hit. Granted, Dak completes it, but
that's great, bro. Good Lord.
Nice ball by Dak. Sorry, I just want to watch that again. Also, that's a big hit by the safety. Little hole shot. This one I really liked because he sets this up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you'll see him like the Cowboys are going to slide left, and so he's going to like stem to get to square on 52 here. I think that's Booker.
Oh
and
yeah,
just works the hands. Yeah, that was a nice move. He's got some quickness to him for him too, for as big as he is. Let's see, boom.
That's a nice move right there.
Get a win. Force the check down.
That's why Alex Kappa's not playing. They watch this film. We're like, no, we can't do that.
I think they said they're gonna him and JP Dillon.
Whatever. I don't believe that. He's just he Carroll is just tired of that damn question.
Yeah.
All right.
This time they're actually going to stand him up as an outside linebacker and put him on the edge, going up against Terrence Steele. And similar to this last one, just sets it up well. I mean, obviously not as fluid as an edge, but for, again, a 315-pound dude, it's pretty good movement skills. Boom, we'll stick me win with the hands.
Save Dak Prescott, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, probably part of the problem with the Cowboys. This guy's making a good amount of money and can't pass block.
You got Trayvon Diggs playing wide receiver at corner.
That was a lot of problems. Last clip here again, just the same thing. His hands are active, and he like even if he doesn't win with his move initially, he's just gonna keep swatting and keep trying and keep winning. Like you'll see it. This is the best example of it. Like boom. Like I miss with my swipe at first, but I would keep rushing, and then I'm on top of it. I'm just gonna use a nice little rip move. to beat this center and get another pressure.
Oh, wow.
Force Dak to throw a pick.
Oh my God, it's ugly. This pick, Dak. Good Lord. All right.
But yeah. So again, I think you can run at these guys. If the Raiders' interior offensive line is going to get right, I got to think it's going to be this week. And I think this has a great opportunity for Ashton Jeanty to kind of have his big breakout game.
Yeah.
And again, they got to execute, and we haven't seen them do that on a consistent basis. I think the good news is we saw some flashes of it last week, right, where Jeanty was able to rip off a few of those big runs. But as far as outside of 4 or 5 carries that he had last week, the O-line's had a big issue blocking those guys up front.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you're facing a team that naturally, or even when they're at full strength, isn't very good against the run. And on top of it, they're down one of their better run defenders. So got to be able to take advantage as a point I'm getting at here with this week.
Yeah. I mean, what we learned today is that the Cowboys suck.
Hey, good news. They got Cowboys and Raiders playing Monday Night Football I think in November, unless that gets flexed.
If you guys learned anything from this preview, you see the film, the Cowboys suck. I just want to say that. So to put some perspective, like, yeah, we Raiders look bad, but like that it wasn't. It just put some perspective for me, like, man, at least the Raiders aren't this bad, you know. But yeah, so I agree with you, man. They got to be able to run the ball against this team. Yeah. I think that, because the Vikings ran the ball on them. The Cowboys kind of ran the ball on it a little bit, right?
I think Javonte had like 6 yards a pop.
Yep, right. The Lions put up 51 points running on them.
Yep.
This is literally the Rams game. I feel like this is the Rams.
They should be able to figure it out. Oh, excuse me. Javonte went for 7.6 a carry. Miles Sanders 4.6. Yeah, the Cowboys as a team had 6.1 per rush. So again, should be able to figure it out this week. If they don't figure it out, we got a lot more problems than I think we realized.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because it's gonna be interesting to me if the Bears try to do the too high thing. If they can't stop the run like that, this right now.
Yeah.
Do they believe they can do the too high? Yeah, stay in that. Because I think Washington believed they could win up front because they got Payne and all those big ass dudes, and the Bears don't have that. So I wonder if they feel like they're going to be able to play that too high, like the Chargers did, or like the Commanders did last week, the last 2 weeks, or they're going to have to kind of play that single high and bring somebody down. I saw that because the film against the Vikings, they had like 8 guys across the line. Do they feel like they have to do that to stop the run? And that's when it makes it easier for Geno Smith, because fans got mad at me on the live because he asked me, is Geno ever going to be able to fix that pre-snap thing? I'm like, no, he's 35. So we need a team like this where like they're so worried about fixing the run game for themselves that they have to bring all those guys in the box and make it an easy look for Geno where he's right pre-snap, right? Yeah. And I think that's where it can open it up for him too a little bit. If the Bears have to worry about like, we can't stop the run, we got to bring everybody because we can't do it type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. All right, guys. Well, that's the preview show. Like I said, check out Thursday Night Live when we did whatever that. I got all the Ashton Jeanty carries on the membership as well. So go ahead and check that out. And then, enjoy this episode. Hopefully, the Raiders get ready for the Bears, and they can run the ball this week because this is the worst run team they are playing. So we'll see, though. But we're hoping it happens. But hit the subscribe button, guys. Subscribe. We're out of here. Peace.